Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the F1 2020 Driver Career Mode Renault episode number 43 today for the Belgian Grand Prix of Season 3, round number 12, I think. You'll see if that confirmed. I think it's round number 12. Let's actually go and check. Yes, it is round number 12. So yes, if you have not yet subscribed, then please do. It massively helps me out. It's the big red button underneath the video. I have slightly changed the schedule for this week because of I got no recording in yesterday because let's just say there was a lot of sport, and obviously we were waiting to hear what happened to Romain Grosjean. Thank the Lord that he's absolutely made it out okay. But one thing that is coming into this episode then is that rear aero upgrade, which unfortunately failed miserably at the Hungarian Grand Prix, which caused us to once again qualify P20. But this time it has come in, which means that I'm optimistic that we can do a lot better going into the Belgian and Hungarian Grand Prix, as that major one puts us back up into third in the aero side as well. So we might save our money up and go for an ultimate weight redistribution upgrade or something. Qualifying is going to be wet at the start again, so that's like the third or fourth time in a couple of weeks. We haven't had like rain in qualifying for ages, and then we get it like 3 or 4 times in a row. AlphaTauri though have just nipped ahead of us, which is interesting. I don't know how that's done, considering the fact it looks like they've put exactly the same upgrade there behind us, whereas Racing Point and McLaren haven't done so. A little small upgrade for Ferrari, Mercedes and Williams as well, moving ahead of Haas and Alfa Romeo, who are both bottom. As we move into qualifying then, it's obviously it's only light rain, so it's Belgium, so there are a couple of corners. I'm thinking the high-speed ones where, like the one on the back straight and the going through Eau Rouge, which are terrible, just like this one. And we were lucky not to have our qualifying. We got a puncher, and this is the first time I've seen a puncher in an F1 game, because I haven't had it in a long time. And the AI don't get them anymore, so this is the first time I've seen a puncher in the F1 game for about 2 years. But eventually we do improve. Obviously it's dry enough at the end of the session to go on to set of soft tyres, and of course this track is one of my better tracks. I've won here in the past, not for a while actually in a career in a driver career mode, but I've won here in modded career modes. As we improve, it's only 13th, but that's probably to be expected. That's around our average starting position. I think our average is 11th place. I did check in the driver stats. So qualifying on F1 2020, it's just not for me. I think it's not the players really don't get advantage. Our teammates up in P7, so yes, he's a second ahead of us, but as we looked at retirement news, Sergio Perez is retiring, which is come out with the news, of course, that Albon's getting his review after the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in real life. That could mean that Perez, of course, is with his retirement. I don't know, maybe that could be his chances of getting the Red Bull seat gone, and him spending next year out. We'll have to wait and see, but obviously this could be his last time we actually see him in this series. In the driver career mode, because he's retired. His AI is retiring, so we'll see what happens there, who goes in there. Obviously Daniel Ricciardo is a free agent. He'll be the highest rated free agent, so my money is on him that he will take that seat at Racing Point, which wouldn't be bad, but the Racing Point isn't the best of the car on the grid, and it does suffer, even though it has got a good chassis. But anyway, enough about that. It's time for the race for today's Belgian Grand Prix.
We're in Belgium once again for today's round of the Formula One World Championship. It's a race the great Ayrton Senna won 6 times, and in 2019, Charles Leclerc became the first driver to take their maiden win here since Michael Schumacher in 1992. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high quality racing as well. Simply put it, there really is no place quite like Spa. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. Why don't we kick off by discussing Max Verstappen? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, just edging out Alexander Albon, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Bottas, Sainz, Max Verstappen, and Gasly, Norris, Vettel, Stroll, and Charles Leclerc. Magnussen and Renault, Sergio Perez and Russell, Kvyat, De Vries, Esteban Ocon and Nobuharu Matsushita, Giovinazzi and Nicholas Latifi. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Usual dribble from Jeff there, as we are, well, we're in P12. We've gained one spot thanks to our teammate. Again, that's his own problem. The durability for me, of course, isn't too bad because we just take engine penalties. So I don't know what we're going to do. But anyway, further lights from 12th on the grid, and away we go. And initially it's a mediocre start, but we get a lot better start then. The second phase of the start, we get a better start. We're going to dive down the inside of the AlphaTauri of I think it's Gasly, and we're going side by side with Vettel, and Vettel cuts us off as we go down the hill as we move up on the KEMMEL straight now. Can we get the slipstream? We've got no DRS just yet, as we're only on lap 1, but we are a lot faster than the Ferrari engine. We're going to have a look around the outside. Can we make this move work? Yes, we can. Around the outside, it's a nice move. In actual fact, here's a replay. Was that we tried to look to the inside. Vettel shut the door and we went for the outside. And Vettel's going to lose out to Magnussen by the looks of it, who comes steaming around the outside. They're going side by side though, down into the middle sectors, watching our race leader now, which is Alex Albon, out in the lead. His teammate not having the best of starts. Carlos Sainz having a beastly start up into P2 ahead of I think that is Lewis Hamilton in third, as as Magnussen and Vettel are still going side by side towards Pouron through the middle sector now, and eventually Magnussen is now not going to give that room and is going to get the position. Oh, by the way, I did update the Haas and the Racing Point as well from the previous week's upgrade, so I did what I said I did. I turn the rear jumbo to white and the front jumbo to black, and I've made the Racing Point paint slightly darker. So we jump later on in the Grand Prix now as we watch Carlos Sainz. He's lost positions to Hamilton and now he's lost out to Verstappen and he's down to P4, and he's starting to hold Bottas and Gasly out, so much so that we're going to have a look around the outside of Gasly going into the final turn into the bus stop, and we've made the move round the outside. Gasly got caught up on the curb there, and now it's all about see if we can get the strips. And we got DRS 220 miles an hour almost down the inside. We have to take to the curbing, which sort of displaces. We came back inside, and that we're lucky not to make contact, but we are up into P4. We just got so much speed with the overspeed, with the double. Again, Bottas gave us no room and Sainz no room there. So if it had been collision, it would have been Bottas' fault. We're coming in at the end of lap 6 of 11 to make our one and only stop onto a set of medium tyres. Gasly's continued on there. I'm surprised he hasn't come in already. I know Maxton's in this lap, but you'd usually think that he'd get onto he'd come in the lap before, but anyway, it seems that the overcut may not. We'll see if the overcut or the undercut is a powerful. Ocon had the undercut, and to be fair, I'm not particularly happy that Latifi's gone through as well. And annoyingly, somehow Sainz has had an excellent pit stop and has managed to do the undercut on us, which is annoying. He's closed the gap to Verstappen as well, Sainz. So maybe he had a little bit of an issue, which is why he fell from second place, and now he's starting to show the pace. They fixed that in the pit stop, and now he's starting to show the pace of that McLaren as Verstappen now starts to dispatch Latifi. We've also got Massachusetts as well, as yet to stop as well, up in the Haas. So watching Kart Sainz now making a big meal of Latifi up in the inside. Can we get past the Canadian? He slams the door on us in our face. We lucky not to get front wing damage. We're going, how is that our problem? So we're going to try and go down the inside. We have to lift off going through Prawn, and that's going to allow Bottas to have a little look at us. But we're sort of getting a bit frustrated with Latifi because Sainz is now a second and a half up, and we're just going to go around the outside. He leaves us no space. We have to take to the grass almost. Around the outside though, dispatch Latifi out of the way. Yeah, he's getting in the way. The Williams is not in the position to be fighting us, never mind fighting the likes of Bottas as well. He should really just be getting out the way, not really making a meal of it. But that is the AI coding for you in F1 2020, as Gasly has done the overcut on Bottas, but he is on hard tyres. I know he's starting on sauce, but yeah, and that was the race. We couldn't catch Sainz in the end. That his and Verstappen's pace were blistering, so I presume we've probably got a little bit more work to do on the downforce and the Sashi side. I think the engine we're pretty much sorted, although I would like to get that final ultimate engine upgrade done, probably going into the next season, really, at the start of next season, get that on the car as we come across the line. But we're back in the good points. It's the good times are back. It's P5. It's something to go. It's something to start with, and obviously, if we get a better qualifying, I mean, Italy is up next as well, so that's going to suit our car even more than Belgium, because pretty much it is just straight lines. So, and of course, considering the tracks we got left after Belgium, after Italy, excuse me, we've got Japan, USA, and Brazil, and Abu Dhabi. 3 of the 4 are really big power tracks, so we should be able to push on and get good results at the next 4 Grand Prix, really. As Ocon did get a point as well from 10th position, so he used the slipstream. Ferrari, no points again, which is a shame because they showed good pace at Hungary, so it's clear to me that they are lacking something considerably bad in a straight line. But for us, we retain P4. We're now miles ahead, so it shouldn't be a concern. The big concern is going to be the structures, really, because AlphaTauri are only 2 points behind us. Ferrari and McLaren aren't that too far behind, although they are running out of time to catch us. AlphaTauri, the big problem, although we'll see what they do, because Bottas and Gasly aren't really consistent.
You really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret?
Dive bomb everybody, but that would be telling.
You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip?
I think it's great. Any wall, I don't know what you're on about there.
It was more like dodgems than Formula 1 today.
Oh, okay, I know what she's at. Look, we went for the space. We had too much speed.
Thank you for your time.
We didn't really make any contact, so the FIA deemed that a clean overtake, so there we go. We've gained some more driver acclaim. I think in the next episode, which will be coming tomorrow, we will be selecting a rival, which I believe I selected Sebastian Vettel, which I'm probably going to rue. He's probably going to go on and get podiums, which is what happened with Raikkonen in my team, and then also I can't remember who we had in season 1. It's been a while, but yes. Where we go, let's have a look at some R&D then. We've got 2,500 points, which we might do this major weight reduction one and then focus on these 2 ultimate ones on the Sashi. I think that's where we're going to go. There's also the DRS one, obviously on the engine side. We're very good, only AlphaTauri and Mercedes, and that ultimate one will take us ahead of both of them. So that will probably, again, we've also got 2 minor upgrades. We've got this DRS upgrade, which will then open the final round, but do we really need to have more DRS? I mean, we were very OP. Yes, we could probably do with a bit more drag. So potentially I'm thinking we're going for the Sashi upgrade, but we'll see. We might go for the DRS one. The tyre wear will be leaving right to the last. That's priority under, along with durability as well. So yes, that's where I'm going to leave it today's video. If you have enjoyed, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, see more episodes of the F1 2020 Driver Career Map as the KEMMEL, which will be tomorrow, the next episode, and then into next week for the Japanese Grand Prix. But until the next video, I see you next time. Take care, thank you so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.